This video is definitely not my typical style video. I'm literally just about to get on a flight to Tasmania here in Australia to go and visit my family. So apologies because it won't consist of any fancy editing, nice shots, or even be really about Thailand. Dong koto doinakap. About 2 years ago was when I first started properly watching YouTube. And before that, I knew absolutely nothing about making videos, using recording equipment, or even how to make thumbnails. I hate thumbnails. It was also around that time when I was first truly drawn to a channel that I really enjoyed watching. And it was also the first channel that I ever subscribed to, Asian Boss. For people who may not know, Asian Boss is an interview-style media platform and YouTube channel that aims to show some of the realest and most unique stories and opinions from all across Asia. And the reason I got so hooked on their content about 2 years ago because I really admired their fierceness and boldness in discussing issues, in promoting critical thinking, and being a vehicle for change. I know for some people it might sound kind of lame, and sometimes these reaction style videos are a little bit cringy, but the reality is YouTube channels, especially big ones like that, can be a massive vehicle for change. One of the reasons why I was drawn so much to Asian Boss is because when I went back and watched the original videos, I noticed that some of them were filmed in an area called Chatswood here in Sydney, Australia. And I realized, hey, that's where I live. I saw these guys and I saw their stories and I drew such familiarity with my own that I wanted to make my own YouTube channel. Months later, I sent an email to Asian Boss asking if they needed any volunteer hands to go and do interviews in Thailand. That is why when Steven, the CEO of Asian Boss, came out on January 24th and announced that Asian Boss had been financially struggling, predominantly due to COVID-19, and that they were forced to move out of their office in Seoul, Korea, it really had an impact on me. Because the reality is, if Asian Boss never existed, my own channel title would have never existed. I would have never thought in the first place to go out with a microphone and interview random Thai people in the streets of Sydney. So just like so many businesses around the world, they've been forced to face the complexities and severe consequences of COVID-19. And because of that, they've been forced to start the hashtag Save Asian Boss. Now, I'm not really much of a hashtag guy, and I'm not really much of a social media guy in general, which you may find hard to believe considering I make YouTube videos on the internet. But for this particular situation, one I feel super passionate about, I will be using this hashtag. I also promise I'm not forcing anyone to give money, but I'm just saying personally that I will be giving a little bit of money to the Save Asian Boss crowdfunding campaign, regardless of whether it's an ultimate success or not. So I actually have to get the heck out of here because I have to board a plane to Tasmania in 1 hour, but I guess ultimately I just hope to build awareness to the Asian Boss campaign. Hopefully, as they go into the future, they can transform their business and hopefully produce new and interesting styles of content. And ultimately, I felt obliged to make a video like this because the reality is, if Asian Boss never existed, my own channel title would never have existed. Jogan, clip na, crap on. Stop! Can you just give me 20 minutes, sorry? I'm just doing something, sorry. Arigato. Arigato. Oh, yeah. Woo. Currently at the airport here in Sydney. I've got my brother with me. And we are en route to not Thailand, but Tasmania. So looking forward to it. Should be a good trip. And I thought it would be both fitting and very symbolic to end the video whilst climbing to the summit of a mountain. The last thing I'd like to say is thank you to Asian Boss and also all the best. Hashtag Save Asian Boss.